Hello everyone, I'm Alan, also known as McLaren 2009, and today I am back playing Derail Valley. Alright, I need this. No. Nope, that's still not right. Okay, that works. Okay. So, what we're working on right now is we got a couple of jobs to do. I'm gonna do this one first. And then we can do that one next. But before we can do that, we gotta do some shuffling around with our engines. Alright, so I'm currently here in sunny City Southwest. Oddly enough, it actually is sunny this time. And we just brought in a train of diesel fuel. So we're gonna go grab that and start working through here. But the thing is, we got a couple more things to do. And what I mean by that, actually pretty cheap to get water. Generally, I don't usually use steam, though. I'm more of a diesel fan myself. Alright, so, as you'll remember from my stream last night, you'll look over here, and I've got 3 DH4s. Now, originally, the plan was that I was just going to switch these around, right? Or I should say that I was going to switch number 3 and bring it up front. You know what? I think I can still do that. So we'll have 2 facing forward, 2 facing back. We're going to go grab that 4th one over there. But we're going to need to spin that one around. Alright, so in order to play this out, we got to go over here. Disconnect this. Okay. Now, what we're going to do... yeah, that'll be fine. We're going to pull these forward clear of this first switch right here. Bring them back onto here. Pull this one forward, get it in front, and then shove all 3 of them back onto this track. Then we're going to bring out that one. Oh, wait, no. Scratch that. We're going to put this on the front, then we're going to pull all of these out onto that track, pull that one out, hit it onto the turntable, spin it around, pull it back, get it past this switch right here, or get it past the second switch, and then hook it onto the back end facing aft. So both of the ones facing the same direction will be on the same end. So it's not going to be like long hood. It's not going to be groups of 2. It's going to be one solid group of 4. 2 facing forward, 2 facing back. It's probably stupid, but in my head it makes sense. So that's what we're rolling with. Alright, but the thing is, in order to do this, we gotta go into all of these and kick off the handbrakes. Actually, kicking off the handbrake on that would be stupid right now. We'll do that in a second. Alright, so, first and foremost, we're going to go up here, we're going to fire up this engine. Just this engine. Alright, so, that's good. Alright, so, I don't need to be in here in order to do this. Alright. Realistically, I should have waited to get the job until I got done shuffling around the engines, but how much time do we got? We got an hour. Even with me going extremely slow, it ain't gonna take an hour. But we're doing these jobs as a stopgap anyway, as just a way of filling time. Alright. I think that's the other job I need anyway, but we'll worry about that in a second. Alright, now we get that clear of this switch. I'm going to shove it back a little bit deeper. Okay. Definitely in the clear of that switch. So we're going to grab this right here. Alright, now we're going to get hooked up to this engine. This is where it's going to start getting interesting. Well, I mean, really, none of this is going to get interesting, but it's what I'm going to tell myself so I can sleep tonight. Alright. Breakers are already on. Alright. So... it helps if you're not an idiot. Alright. So, I should have released the handbrake. Now, the question is... how far do we need to get this? And is there enough room to get coupled into... Alright. I need this right here. No. This. Okay, now we kick off the independent. And then this job only has one drop off. So all we gotta do is take it over to the loading track. And then shove it in here. Okay, that's going to be a little harder than I expected. It's going to be a little rough. Right, we need to throttle up. Right about there. That should do it. Alrighty. Now, as soon as this slams in back, apply that, go back here, and grab this, grab this, grab this, grab this, and grab this. Okay, now, what are we going on, chat? Hello, welcome to the stream. Right now, I'm shuffling around some engines and building a slightly bigger train. How much space do we have? Are these loaded? No, these are empty. Okay, these are for a logistics haul. Alright, I'm not even planning on doing that. Okay, so what we're going to end up doing is shoving these as far back as they will go. That's not going to be fun, but we'll make it work. Now, wait, let me check this. Okay, good. They did it intelligently, and the brake is tied on this end. It probably is just RNG, but it doesn't make it any less annoying. Let's be real. Okay. We gotta go up here. And... realistically, we can go in here, and we can turn off this engine. We don't need that engine anymore. Back up front. Hold up. How did that happen? Okay. Alright, now... Okay, now we're facing the correct direction. All is right in the world. Alright, let's apply some independent brake. Alright, we gotta line this in. We gotta line this. Alright, now, both of these switches are set up to go to the turntable. So we run back over here, we get our fourth engine. The reason that I'm doing this, and this is going to be extremely expensive and impractical as all hell, but the thing is, I do not yet have the license for the DE6. Now, I put in my stream title that I'm trying to get the DE6 this time, but we aren't there yet. So, since I do not have a DE6 yet, we are going to use 4 DH4s in place of 2 DE6s. That's going to be a little bit expensive, but that's not really saying a whole lot. Actually, you know what? Let's get this one set up to do it. Yeah, let's get it set up like that. Alright, let's go forward. Alright, going a little hot into the turntable, but it'll buff out. Beating the hell out of DH4s, so we're gonna make this happen. Kicking and screaming, it's still gonna happen. But the thing is, since the jobs we're working on right now are very, very light, we don't need all 4 of them. What we're probably gonna do is, after I get these shoved into A3, after I get the diesel cars unloaded, we're going to shove those back. We're going to refuel and repair all of these. Then we'll probably work on another shunting job, just so we got some spending money to play with. Too far? Please tell me I didn't. Okay, good. We're just barely still on it. Alright. It's kind of funny because I didn't used to use the turntables. But they actually are a pretty handy way to spin power. Okay, now... Oh, wait, no, we're still going forward. actually going to need to adjust this. We're just going to wait to mess with the lights until we got everything situated. Alright, we are good to go. Alright. Alright, now we gotta get out here. Grab this. Flip that. Knock off the independent. And way too fast. Right about there. Alright, now the thing is, with this switch right here, it has to be lined into that, because that's where we're coming with the diesel cars. And we're under 5, so we're doing good. Just love tap this car, this engine, fully set the independent, and let's go tie these together. Okay, back to front. And no. MU. MU. Okay. Okay. Alright. So... Alright, good to go. Okay, now, we do not need this engine anymore. So, we are going to cut this one off. Alright, now we have 4 DH4s, only one of them is on. Alright. Alright, so, you look at how we got this set up. Front 2 facing forward, back 2 facing back. Easy day. Alright, now... Oh yeah, why am I doing it that way? I can do it this way. Alright. Alright, now we go over here, we get coupled up to these. Okay. So, bring these back, grab onto these, and we're golden. It would be kind of cool if I was able to get the time bonus, but I don't think I will. Because I did not plan this properly. I guess on one hand, it might be a little bit more bearable. Okay. Let's make sure we didn't damage anything. 100, 100. 100. Alright, so all is right in the world. Alright, grab this right here. Now, if you'll remember from my stream last night, you'll know that I tied 2 handbrakes because I'm a sort of responsible-ish conductor. Alright, so pop this thing into forward. Kick off the independent. Oh. We didn't fully kick off the independent. And then to add insult to injury, we're dealing with wheel slip, which in and of itself is a bit of a problem. And then this is the runaround track. Okay, let's not go too fast. Let me get it real quick. Alright, so we don't need this switch. We need to line this switch. Just not yet. And then we gotta go a little bit past it anyway. Probably gonna regret not turning on a second engine, especially since it's raining now. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. because that train is the other shunting job. We're going to get that too. And I found out looking at the map that I was wrong about the location of the caboose. It's not on the spur track north of here. It's on the spur track east of here. Let's see, did we get far enough? Barely. Well, no. Well, yeah, barely. That's like the length of a truck. It'll be a little bit easier when these get emptied. Because right now these are a little heavy. Alright, let's see. We got 2, 4, 6, 8 cars. You get a little bit better at judging car counts when you get a little bit more experience. In cases like this, it's easy. You literally just count the cars. But if I was back on the other end, where I actually should be to protect the shove, you don't have anything in front of you, so you kind of just like have to guess. Alright. Just like with trucks. Heavy things want to slow down. Alright, now, in theory, since we're past the sign, we should be able to go over here to the loading console. Oh, perfect. Alright. Oh, it's like taking off now. I say it's taking off and we're going 5 kilometers an hour. But then again, to be perfectly honest, everything is slow on the railroad. There's not a single thing you do fast. If you do it fast, you're gonna break something, kill someone. Something bad's gonna happen. You do not rush anything on the railroad. Alright, let's get on the other side of this. We gotta flip this switch. Turns out we actually could have shoved these cars in a lot deeper, because that loading track was clearly designed for longer trains. But the thing about that is, there really aren't longer trains in Derail Valley. Not on purpose, anyway. Alright, now the next switch we need is this one right here. And this is five cars. Early on the Discord server, I made a comment about why isn't the target for the switch at the end. And now that I've worked around quite a few switches, the target absolutely should be on the end. But that's such a small detail that is like of no consequence in the grand scheme of things. Alright, we gotta throttle up a little bit. Mostly because that's kind of slow. And we might come to a stop before we clear the switch. But it's worth noting that you don't actually need to use too much of the train brake. Like, I don't know how it compares to bar, because I don't have the conversions off the top of my head. But if you think about, like, here in the US, we use pounds per square inch for air pressure in the brakes. For a freight train like this, we're generally set at 90 psi. A full service reduction of the brakes is about 27 pounds. Emergency is completely dumping the train, but full service is just 27 pounds. And that's all it takes to apply the brakes on every single car. Assuming they're working properly. Which, that is a bit of a tall order, but that's another thing entirely. Okay. And yeah, A3S. So this train is going on this track. But the problem is, this is 12 cars. There's already cars on this track, so this might not work. The good news is, in Derail Valley, the tankers are kind of short. I definitely think this would count as close clearance. But in real life, you wouldn't be riding on top of the car anymore. I would be on that platform down there. Although, truthfully, since there's close clearance on the side over there, and with this station platform thing down here, that would put station or close clearance on that side, so you just would not be riding cars into here. I would be on the ground standing on that platform, giving the engineer a car count. Alright, now... Alright, now, the thing is... Okay. Alright, not connecting it to air. But we are kicking off the handbrake. And now we're going to go up here. Back to where this is. And we're going to shove these back as far as we can get them. I mean, all we gotta do is get 3 more cars past this sign, and then we're golden. So yeah, close clearance on both sides. The only way you might be able to get away with it is up on the platform, but even then, I wouldn't risk it. That's just asking to get written up by a train master. And I'm not about that life. Alright. Okay, this is the last one. Alright, and then we go right here. Alright. Now that is a job well done. It's interesting because in real life, what we do is you don't open those, like, ever. You let those pop open when the train moves. But I don't know, with the way this game works, I don't know if it would let you leave the angle cock open. As far as I can tell, it only gets mad at you if you don't tie a handbrake. I don't think it'll get mad if you leave the angle cock open. Nice. About 35 grand. That ain't bad. Alright. Now, let's go back over here. Alright, we gotta get over by this wall. Because we're gonna fill these up. I guess realistically what we could have done was disconnect the engines we didn't need anymore and only pick them up when we go to leave. Alright, so the thing we need to do probably... Oh, no, we're good. Alright. I got a plan. We're going to be late with the delivery, but I got a plan. Alright. I really hope that gets fixed. Okay. Alright, didn't even turn that one on. Alright. Alright, so go back over to the station office, pay some fees, and then while we're at it, we will come back. We're going to grab the other shunting job after we pay our fees, of course. Drop that in the trash. Fees. And we got $134,000. Not bad. All right, so next thing we got to do is this right here. I got a feeling I know where that one is. And if that's the case, then we aren't doing it. No, let's just do this one. We're gonna be late with it. Alright, that is C50. It's going to D4I. Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna bother. But we're gonna be a little bit late with this one, and here's why. Here's the plan. We are currently here. We need to get here. One way to get there is to go back up the way we came, but instead of making the left that we normally would to go to the harbor, we're going to make the right, and we're going to go down to Forest South. Then we're going to get down to here, and that will allow us to go past this spur track, back up, grab the caboose, and then we're going to shove all the way back up to this switch, and then we're going to proceed to the harbor, business as usual. It's going to be a little bit of a pain, but we're going to make it work. And this train is 187 tons. So we're going to turn on the leading two engines, and that's it. In theory, that should be good enough. Alright, so we gotta go up here. Release the brake. Start the engine. release the brake, start the engine. I doubt the brake's on in this one, but we're going to check anyway. Okay, no. Okay. So... Okay. That was what the problem was. By grabbing the handbrake in the third engine, I accidentally applied it partially, which is not what I intended to do. Now, the hope is that since each one of these is supposed to be rated for like 700 tons on flat ground, by their powers combined, I should be able to, it's like by their powers combined, I should be able to get over that steep grade north of the steel mill. But we will wait and see. We're going to be late with this delivery, but it's not the first time and it won't be the last. Alright, now we gotta go... not there, because that's the loading track. Okay, let's grab our lantern. It's kind of funny that the lantern, like the flame, kind of like moves. It's only a thing in VR. In flat, it doesn't make a bit of difference. But there's also only one way to hold it when you're playing in 2D. But it's kind of cool because, or it's kind of interesting in VR because in real life, you're used to being able to like flip this thing all over the place. You use the lantern for like everything. The lantern is an extremely important piece of equipment, especially working at night. And it was kind of funny when I first started working for the railroad and I got the lantern in my grip bag, and I'm just like, why don't we just carry a flashlight? And then you realize the lantern's actually better. By a lot. The lantern's awesome. Oh, and then we gotta go to the back of this thing. Well, actually, we'll do that after we get hooked up to it. Because there's no point in running back there to put the lantern on it before we've tied in the air. Okay, this one's on the other end. So we gotta walk back there anyway. Funny thing is, these are empty containers, right? So this is a logistics mission. It's just labeled as a freight mission. Okay. I didn't do it. Okay, so why did it move? Okay. Unless the DH4s are just that heavy that they just shoved this entire freaking train. But to be completely honest, it only has one handbrake tied. It's asking a lot of that one handbrake to stop the engines that are pushing against it at 4 kilometers an hour. Yeah. Alright, so EOT lantern. Nope. Did I forget how to use the lantern? I forgot how to use the lighter? Okay, what is going on here? Okay. Why are you not doing this? I'd say it's going well, but I can't use the lighter. Oh, okay. Oh, it has motion controls now. You actually have to flip it open. That's a new one. Alright. So, now we gotta go on a long, perilous journey to get to the caboose. I've got 4 DH4s at the moment. I don't need 4 DH4s. I only have 2 of them on, but since I don't have the DE6 license just yet, I'm going to use these in their place. And there isn't a whole lot coming out of the harbor, or not the harbor, out of City Southwest. So what we're going to do is the current plan. I'm going to go out of City Southwest. Going to go all the way back here. And then I'm going to go this way, but instead of making this first left to go towards the harbor like I would normally do, I'm instead going to go right. Go down past Forest South, and then if I planned this properly, I should be at the spur track to where I can shove back to grab the caboose. It's going to be a bit of a process. So we're definitely going to be late, not including the fact that I was just held up fighting with a lighter. We're going to let that go. You know, No, that would still be a thing. If we're treating the sign as the clearance point, this car is not past the clearance point. This is just asking to get hit. But the game put it there, not me. I would have spotted it farther in. Okay. Now let's grab a streak. Okay. Oh, actually, we gotta line some switches out of here. Alright, let's grab the remote back. Alright, 2 DH4s should be easily able to pull 130 tons. This is probably a little bit absurd for this particular train, but we're going to make it work. Crossover switch. And then we gotta flip this switch. Nope. And then we go back over here. I thought the caboose was the other way, but it turns out no, it's not. But now we're going to be very late because we're fighting with a lighter trying to get a lantern to work. We're doing the impressive stuff today. I mean, this is a rather long train. Even though it's rather light because it's just empty shipping containers. Wrong switch. Okay, there we go. Alright, next up is this switch right here. Because there is another way that I can get down there. Okay, this was stupid. But the problem is, if I go the other way, then I'm going to have to pull in and get the caboose with the head end, and then we're just going to shove through the caboose all the way to the harbor? That just sounds stupid. As funny as that might be. Alright. There we go. Okay. Now we throttle up a little bit, get around this turn, and we should be in the clear. Okay, let's get this turned up to high. We're not even remotely close to this trip. And truth be told, there isn't going to be a hard part of this trip. Because this is so light. Even when we pick up the caboose, it's still going to be light. But because of the extremely long journey to get the caboose, there's not a chance in hell of getting the time bonus. And let me make sure that my commands are working again. Okay, good. At least they're working for now. If they stay working or not is another thing entirely, but for the moment, they're working. I will say that even being up in the cab of the DH4, it does actually seem taller than the DE6. But I will say we also have better visibility. I think I like this one, actually. I definitely would prefer the DE6, but we don't have the DE6 yet, so we're going to make this work. And 2 running DH4s should be sufficient. I mean, even when I get the DE6s, I'm still going to have to keep a DH4 in between them so that I can still remote control them. It'll probably have to face forward. But since we spent all of that money, well, let's be honest, we spent about $200 servicing or paying the environmental fees on 3 engines. I gotta go back and turn on 2 more engines for all of 190 tons. I'm gonna be a little upset. But it wouldn't be the weirdest thing that's happened. I still haven't gotten around to learning how to use the dynamic brake yet. But to be fair, I barely know how to use it in Train Sim World. And they don't even teach you how to use it until Train Sim World 3. Otherwise, you just kind of have to figure it out and make it up as you go. Which is one of the things that I always complain about when I do, in fact, stream Train Sim World. Luckily, I don't seem to have that problem in Derail Valley. Now, realistically, the intelligent thing that I could do, if I was really trying to make money, I would stop here in Oil Well Central and I would look for a job going back to the harbor. But we're not doing that just yet. We're going to get to that in a minute. Right now, the priority is get the caboose, then get this load to the harbor so that it's over and done with. But we're not there yet. So, one step at a time. We are well into the mostly flat-ish territory. So we should be able to get up to like 50 and be good. Maybe. But I've pretty much accepted that for this load, we're not getting the time bonus. Mostly just because I have other plans. This... Alright, yeah, there's nothing else over there. The only option is farm, live in front of the steel mill, and then we're going to turn right and go forest south. Which will be a slightly new one for me because I haven't gone there on purpose, ever. I mean, really, we're not even going there today. We're just going through it. barely used any. See, that's why I use multiple units. Even though it's costly to fill up multiple units, you don't have to rev them as high, so you don't burn as much fuel. It's a more efficient use of your resources. Now, granted, I normally would prefer to MU DE6s, but in theory, if each DH4 is 700 tons, the two of them together should be 1,400 tons, so 4 of them should be 2,800 tons, in which case I should be getting about the same performance that I would out of 2 DE6s. We got to be under 50 for this turn, but we still have to be moving, as this is quite literally the steepest hill in the game. And if it's not the steepest, it's one of them. Fast enough lead up to this. And this isn't even a heavy load. This was almost a very sad day, because we are struggling. All we gotta do is just get the last car past that switch, and then it kinda shallows out. Step on this journey is we got to get up to we got to get up to the switch up here, and when we would normally go left, we have to go right because we got to go to Forest South this time. And I just hope I'm hitting that spur track from the right direction. Otherwise, this is going to be a very disappointing trip. This isn't a Y. good to go. That one said, but it's probably bad. But truth be told, I don't go to the forest very often or ever, so I've never actually been on this track, so I'm definitely not qualified for this particular line. Did not realize how steep this was. But what do you expect? It is very high up. Good news is it's mostly downhill-ish to get back, but we also don't know what the other side of this looks like. And we're going to be shoving the caboose back through the sawmill, or not the sawmill, the forest south. A little rough, but not too bad. I really, really hope it's lined for over through a crack, or we're going to have a really bad time. Idle for a little while. Because in theory it should be flat-ish through here. Now I got a remote ready. Yeah, we might be shoving uphill, which will make this a very interesting trip. That's going right. Like this one. Yep. Oh, we really are missing a fire extinguisher. this will be the first time actually getting the caboose with a train. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, this is gonna be a lot of fun to shove into. Alright, now this is going to be interesting because I haven't seen the caboose yet since the update came out. I doubt anything's changed about it, but it's still an interesting thought. Alright, so the lights are pretty bright at the moment. Oh, nope, we didn't quite get it in there. Okay. Okay. Alright. Let's grab that. No way. Okay, so this is kind of cool. This, to me, implies at some point they're going to put in the conductor's emergency brake valve. Okay, matter of fact, let's ride on the caboose real quick. But yeah, just having that gauge and that implies that at some point in the future, they're going to put a conductor's brake valve in here. Alright, and now, since we're riding on the caboose, we are going to use it as a shoving platform. Which is kind of the only thing you use a caboose for nowadays anyway. It's just a place for the conductor to ride that has a platform that you can stand on and protect the shove. There are a couple of like special industries and places that still have them, but for the most part, you won't see them very often in a Class 1 railroad. And it's mostly uphill until we get to Forest South, then it'll be downhill. And then we gotta go back uphill past the intersection. And then it's gonna be a battle to get to the harbor. Although it's not gonna be too bad, but it's not gonna be fun either. But at least we're making progress. What'll be interesting is finding out if I can successfully get enough money to get the DE6. More than likely, it's probably going to have to wait until the next time that I play, which could be tomorrow, or it might not be. I'm not entirely sure yet. The thing is, for the next week, will be working nights, so my schedule is going to be a little bit bizarre. Yeah, that would just be a bad idea. I could have gone right here and then go left there. Or I could have gone this way. But bear in mind, we're shoving. And this is already way too long for a shove, but we are somehow making it work. Not well, but we're making it work. And then, since it's going on 2 hours now, I'll probably turn this in, service the engines, and that's probably where I'll call it for now. But we're going to play it by ear and hope for the best. Still uphill. I do think the caboose looks different. I want to say it's been improved, but I can't say with any degree of certainty. It just looks better. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it hasn't been changed in the slightest. Who knows? Oh no, it gets way worse. We're not out of the woods yet. Now, I'm only using 2 of the engines, but I've got 4. So I've got extra power if I need it. But with any luck, we won't need it. There's a DM3. I do need to try driving one at some point. Let's see what the log cars look like. The log cars that I've worked on in real life have bulkheads on the ends. These are just normal stake flat cars. Realistically, I should not be using a remote for this job. This is not at all safe or a good practice. The remote is exclusively used in yard jobs. And this specific job would be done with an engineer. But if we made intelligent decisions, we'd be doing something else. I decided that it was time to get the caboose, so we got the caboose. that sign implies that we're going to hit a peak. It would also be cool if there was if the caboose had like a wheel-mounted generator. And you could turn on lights in there. But that's probably something for the distant future, if they even do it at all. Especially since I don't think the caboose is considered like the most popular of vehicles in the game. There are plenty of people that use it, like myself, but most people don't seem to bother with it. Now we gotta have the brakes applied. Because when we get past this switch, we gotta jump off and then get ready to pull up the hill the rest of the way to get to the harbor. And then we get to that Y up there in the corner. And life gets easier and harder simultaneously. It'll get a little bit easier because it's downhill, but downhill creates its own problems. Especially since going through that west road into the harbor, a lot of tight corners and slow speeds. Alright, there's this bridge right here. And then when we get over there by the valley, that's where the switch is. Now, it's not too crazy in there, but it's still got some grade to it. Because, yeah, the switch is right over there. Alright, so there's the switch stand. doesn't even say what the bridge looks like as far as grade goes. Oh well. You know what? The funny thing is, when I left City Southwest, I forgot to look at the speed limit sign. And the reason that that's kind of funny is because they replaced the short speed limit sign. Okay, it's only 2.3%. Okay. Alright, so all we gotta do is just get past this switch right here. The problem is, when I used the steel mill to service my engines and spin power, I found out you gotta tie every single handbrake on this freaking hill. If we go over here, there are my engines. Big red monsters. Okay. $20, $74, $21, $47. we are making progress. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be late, but we already knew that was gonna happen. And the reason we already knew that was gonna happen is because we made that detour to go get a caboose. We've used about a quarter of our fuel. All uphill until we get back to the Y, in which case then it starts getting downhill. And we're going to have to use the dynamic brake. Now, what we could do is, as soon as I get into the harbor, I could drop off the caboose in front of the C track where I go to turn around. Get spun around, put the caboose on the head end, back up into the D track, put the caboose on the A track in front of the DE2 that spawns there. Of course, we'll drop off the caboose after we get the load dropped off. We gotta kill the throttle and get ready to use the dynamic brake. Now, with older engines, like the ones that are shown in Derail Valley, you have to have a pause between using the throttle and using the dynamic brake. With the diesel hydraulic, I don't know for certain, but I'm pretty sure it breaks or it damages the hydraulic system. With older diesel electrics, it can potentially blow the traction motors, or at least damage them. Now we're coming up on the Y. As soon as we get to that first tunnel, it's pretty much downhill from there. Now this part of the map I'm very familiar with because I constantly worked in and out of the harbor. So I'm used to this part. Now the real question is, will I be able to coast until the downhill portion? Which I should be able to. Okay. We're set up. The idea is I want enough money to get the DE6 license, but that's probably not happening this stream. That'll more than likely be next time that I play, which could be tomorrow or it could be next weekend. Or actually, it could be Tuesday, because Tuesday I'm supposed to be having another class. So as long as we keep it around about 35, we should be good. And we should be good. Alright, dial back the dynamic a little bit. Now, I do know that you're not supposed to use both the dynamic and the automatic brake. Not at the same time. I don't know exactly why, I just know you're not supposed to do it. It either damages something. I don't think it'll cause you to derail, but I just know it's a bad idea. I like how you have a lot more, like, space in the cab. It really is, like, a bigger DE2. The only thing is, you don't have the same amount of visibility because you have this central column. But you have like more space in the cab. And then the long nose kind of makes it a little bit harder to see out the front, but it's kind of like whatever. Luckily, having the well, only 2 of the engines are on, so not even getting dynamic braking from all of them. We're just getting dynamic braking from the 2 that are on. But it's still interesting. I actually really like this one. I don't mind using this one. I'm still looking forward to getting the DE6s, but for the moment, this will definitely get the job done. If I'm right about the numbers, these 4 DH4s should be comparable to 2 DE6s. This should be the next junction. That's the Y right there. Does not register the fact that I used the sand by mistake when I was using the remote, but we'll refuel it, or we'll refill it anyway when we get to back to the roundhouse. Because this is the tunnel that we actually start seeing the harbor. Which means this is where the frame rate drop is going to happen when it spawns in everything that's in the harbor. Oh, this is like on because you like look over the nose and you don't even see the rails. You're just going around the turn and it's like, oh, this is sketchy. Nope. Full dynamic. I didn't think I was going to be too fond of it, but I actually do like the fact that the branches kind of like bend out of the way, so they're not clipping into the cab anymore. Because that was more annoying than the ramification that the tree was just jumping out of the way. Originally going into it, I thought I wasn't going to like it because I thought it would have been easier and made more sense to just move the tree out of the way, but that's not how this works in or that's not how it works with video games. Like, there are programs that allow you to just, like, drag and drop assets. But the problem is that the programs that allow you to do that aren't necessarily very good, nor are the things you can make with them. Facing northwest, so I'm right there. But I need stopwatch. Okay. Alright, now, the thing is, we gotta go around the corner. It's a good thing I looked at that. Otherwise, we would have been driving an intermodal train into the roundhouse. There's no way that could have possibly gone bad. We got a DH4, DM3, DE6, and a 282. So we got everything just chilling here in the harbor. Alright, now, in order to do this properly, I need to use this to turn around, but in the process, we're going to dump off the caboose right here. Like, we're going to spot the caboose right here, or maybe a little bit back there. It's only 11 cars. 12 if you count the caboose. And most people probably won't. Alright, so we go over here. Okay, because we just need it to be clear of the switch. The rest is easy. Probably hit the brakes a little bit hard, but it might be fine-ish. Okay. Okay, handbrakes applied. Okay. Okay, let's grab this and put it up there. Okay. Yeah, even if both cars were bottled like that, that is a much more, like, violent process when those break apart. Like, what I normally do is I either look away completely, or if I can't look away fast enough, I'll grab the brim of my hat and kind of, like, look down. So nothing gets blown into my eyes. Alright, now, hopefully, I did the right thing, and I have this lined for the loading track, otherwise this is going to be a violent and possibly explosive trip. Okay, good, it's going into the loading. Okay, but that's the switch going to the loading track. I need this switch going right when we're past it. Alright. Apply some train brake. Too much train brake. Okay, now we go over here. Okay. Alright, so we go back here, go back to our little switch right here, and as soon as the train passes this switch, we get it lined back to the left, because I always use this as a Y. I always use this as a way to spin power. It's probably not the best procedure, but it works for my purposes. Alright. As soon as that's clear, switch. Alright, now the next thing we gotta worry about. Okay. Is we gotta get the switch over here lined to go back that way. Because we're gonna pick up the caboose and attach it to the head end. Start applying train brake. That's probably too much train brake. Yep, too much. Now we go slap the caboose onto the head end. Which we're going a little bit fast. Alright, there we go. As I said in the beginning, we've already accepted that I'm not getting the time bonus, so we're just gonna shove the caboose in as part of this trip. Going on 7 o'clock. The good news is I have like more RAM. so my computer's able to do a couple more things. But it doesn't change the fact that my computer's kind of a dinosaur at this point. I got it just after I got back from Japan, so 2017, I think. Alright. You wouldn't think the independent on 2 engines would stop this train, but as it turns out, it can. You know what? It doesn't matter. Let's not even bother with it. Alright, now where is... right here. Okay. Alright, now, the thing is, I am lined for the D track. You know, you never really fully appreciate just how big this Y is. It's like we're not even gonna bother with the air. We're just gonna... It's like we're just gonna move it without air. Honestly, you can probably kick it into the side track. No, that's a terrible idea. We should not kick it into the side track. I mean, it has a bumper. Already weighing the pros and cons of kicking the damn thing. Like, yeah, I'm already weighing the pros and cons of kicking the caboose into the siding. Okay. The funny thing is, both the caboose and the engine the remote is tied to are over there. And there's my train. Alright. Inbound tracks clear. We are lined to 4 inbound. See, I still don't think that is a good idea. like, I would put, like, a Jersey barrier or something, like a wall of Jersey barriers between the trailer parking spaces and the dynamic envelope of the tracks, because I would not be very comfortable or safe backing up against the tracks with nothing between the trailer and the tracks. That's putting a lot of pressure on the yard workers to make sure they don't shove the trailers back too far. Because then the trailer gets hit by a train and everybody's having a bad day. Okay. This last car. I know I would not want to back into that position. Alright. So, brake here. And brake here. Alright. So, disconnect this. Disconnect that. Drop, drop. You know what? Let's try it this way. Let's see if it'll let me do it. Alright, now we go over here to the station office, turn this in, now we actually put the cars into emergency like we're supposed to this time, or at least that's how we do it in real life. Oh, cool. Are you serious? I almost made it. Well, I mean, that's kind of what I deserve. Oh well. Okay. Now, let's kick the caboose. Okay. Alright, now, in theory, alright, let's not go faster than 8. Now, it should be flat-ish. It would be funny if this actually does clear it. No way. We cleared it. We actually kicked it hard enough to clear the switch. That is perfect. Okay. Now we line that for that. We line this for that. Kick off the independent. Then we get past this, line this back into G. And then, when we're past this switch, we line this back into E. that's lined that way. Let's see if I can get... Nope. Okay, we're up on the... We're up. What's actually kind of funny is I almost made the time bonus. Missed it by like 3 minutes. Oh well, such is life. Alright, now if we take, well, we'll do that after we get in and get this all paid for. But in theory, there should be enough like decent paying like yard jobs that I should absolutely be able to get. Like, I should absolutely be able to, get the DE6 next time that I play. Because right now I have $152,000, which isn't bad, but I'm 50 grand short of the DE6, and I think I can get Hazmat 2, but I'm not 100% sure. Now, we should only have emissions taxes on 2 engines. So, only my front 2. So I used about a half a tank of 1 engine. Because I used a quarter tank of 2. So 20, 74, 21, and 47. Those are my 4 engines. Okay, now we gotta go up run. I'll actually, let's... Alright, come on. Okay, we got that one shut down. Okay. I guess this isn't quite as bad as I thought it was, but it doesn't look pleasant. Yeah, it doesn't look like fun walking around this platform. Okay. And we're all the way out on the roundhouse, or we're all the way out on the turntable, but it's fine-ish. I mean, it's really not, but... Okay... Let's see, 18,000? Actually, that's about what it costs to run 2 DE6s. Yeah, that ain't bad. Yeah, that's about what 2 DE6s cost. So yeah, for this specific load, we had no problems. Rather unfortunate that in the garage, or in the shed for the caboose. It's unfortunate that it didn't come with the brakes tied. Or it didn't come with the handbrake on. Which is weird because I thought the game said it would always come with the brakes tied. Alright, if we go down to licenses. I have 134,000. Alright, well, truthfully, there are a couple I could do that need hazmat too. Let's see if we can find more of the... Nope, that's hazmat 1. That's nothing. Yeah, there's a couple that need haz too, but for the most part, hazmat 1, I can make all of these work. 2 drop-offs, 3 drop-offs. Yeah, there's a couple of good ones that I can do just here in the yard. Yeah, it's nothing. I can make this work. All right. So, as a bit of a recap, we got all the way from City Southwest to the garage, to Reginald's garage to unlock the caboose. Brought in a freight haul that wasn't really worth a whole lot, but brought in a freight haul. Got that over and done with. Back in the harbor. Did not get the DE6 yet, but I will be able to next time that I play. I don't know exactly when that will be. It could be tomorrow, could be Tuesday, or it could be next weekend. It all depends on how my work schedule works out. But this seems like as good of a stopping point as any. So let me save the game real quick. So yes, this has been Derail Valley Simulator. Thank you all for watching, and hopefully you have a nice day.